Merhaba, hoş geldiniz. This is Ozlem from Ozlem's Turkish Table. Today I would love to show you a wonderful vegan, gluten-free dish from hometown Antakya. It's called patlıcanlı mercimekli mualla. It's aubergines, lentils, peppers cooked in olive oil. You see my recipe page here from my book Ozlem's Turkish Table. So I'd love to go through the stages of this wonderful dish because it's really easier than you think. Very wholesome and very warming, just what we need at the moment. Let's go through the ingredients. What we have in this nice dish. So we have some green lentils. In Turkish cuisine we use a lot of legumes, pulses, very healthy for you. We have some nice sliced red onions and garlic. I'll leave it here. Again, thinly sliced bell peppers. The original recipe calls for red bell peppers, but I couldn't find it in the market, so yellow or green would do too, or orange. If you can't find any, we will be flavoring this beautiful dish with dried mint, kuru nane as we say in Turkish, and a little bit of Aleppo pepper, Turkish pul biber I will add to that too. So it really is an easy dish, and the main star of the dish is aubergine, patlıcan as we say in Turkish, or eggplant as the folks in the US call. So what I've done here is I sliced my aubergine, and I had a courgette that needed using, so I sliced that too. That just also remind you that if you can't find it, or if you don't enjoy aubergine as much as we do, you could substitute with courgettes. As a matter of fact, I have the same recipe made with courgettes, and I added Swiss chard to that too in my blog ozlemsturkishtable.com. You want to have a look. Both recipes available in my blog ozlemsturkishtable.com, and the one with aubergine, eggplant also available in my cookery book, as you see over there, page 151. So what I've done early is I sliced the aubergine, patlıcan. It's a fantastic vegetable, but it's actually fruit, as you may know it, because it has seeds in it, but it has some bitter juices. And you need to really get rid of that juice, otherwise it would make your cooking soggy. So I sprinkled some salt over it, and if you may see, there is quite a lot of water bubbles on them already. So that's the moisture you want to get rid of when you are making this dish, or anything really to do with aubergines. So I'll grab some paper towel. And what you do is, with a clean tea towel or paper towel, have your aubergines in your hand and really squeeze out. And you'll see your paper towel is really wet. So all this moisture is something you do not want in your bake, and it might make it bitter and soggy. Courgettes the same. You can give a gentle pat to the courgettes too, or zucchini, or kabak as we say in Turkish, to get rid of that moisture. And let's finish off this bit too. Wonderful. So once you do that, you could, let's put it away here. You could either saute the sliced aubergines or courgettes on a non-stick pan with a little bit of olive oil. It's not deep frying, shallow frying, just a little bit of olive oil at a time. You'll need that. Or alternatively, you can bake them, you can put them on a tray and coat well with olive oil and bake in the oven about 35 minutes or so until it gets this nice glaze. You see there's a nice glaze here, and also it softens up too. So I did it in the oven. So before we started, I baked it for 35 minutes, and we reached this stage, and it's lighter this way than sauteing in the saute pan. So we have our sliced aubergines and courgettes here. I'll pop it here, and also also another stage I've done earlier, which you can actually do a day ahead of time, a few hours ahead of time. Remember we talked about the lentils, very healthy, packed with goodness, antioxidants. We needed to parboil the lentils. So what I've done was I rinsed the lentils first and then put a pan of cold water and the lentils in it and parboiled for about 15 minutes. So as you see, it's not fully cooked yet. It still has a bite to it, so it has still some cooking time to go. But parboiling will help with our cooking process later on. So please cook your lentils for about 15 minutes and then drain and set aside, get rid of all that moisture. So we have our lentils ready. We have our sliced onions ready, garlic, bell peppers ready. Now it's time to bring the whole dish together. You could do all these stages, as I said before, a few hours ahead of time, even a day ahead of time, just to help you get going. So get your dish that you'll be baking next to you, and we will assemble everything in this big plate bowl. Let's add our lentils. We love lentils. Right, and let's add our sliced red onions. If you can't find sliced red onion, please add any regular onion you will have. Garlic. At least 4 cloves of garlic I added here. We love garlic and onion in Turkish cuisine, and it's so good for you. There's so much goodness in there, antioxidants, and it boosts your immune system. And this is canned chopped tomatoes, so I'm adding here. If you can't find canned chopped tomatoes, dilute tomato paste and put it in there. And our sliced peppers, in it goes. Fantastic. And I will drizzle my olive oil here. So this dish is in the category of vegetables cooked in olive oil in Turkish cuisine, as we say, zeytinyağlı. So in this category, we cook our dishes with a good amount of olive oil, a little bit of water, and ideally we serve room temperature or cold. Right, so let's add some more flavors here. I haven't added any salt or pepper, so let me add some salt. This is my sea salt. Use sea salt as much as you can. It is much better for you than the table salt, because table salt is very much processed. Right, and dried mint. So we'll be adding another flavor. So dried mint is something we use a lot in Turkish cuisine, southern Turkish cuisine especially. We flavor our dishes with dried mint, and it really adds some wonderful, refreshing flavor. It really elevates the taste. And since I really enjoy pul biber, Turkish red pepper flakes, I will add a little bit of that to add some extra delicious heat. So I'm gonna give this mixture a nice combination, everything to combine well. The lentils here will need more cooking. As you may remember, we only parboiled for 15 minutes, so I will need to add a little bit of moisture, a little bit of liquid to process that, to help with that. Okay, so that's our filling mixture, and that's our sauteed sliced aubergines and a bit of courgettes. So what I'll do now is do our layering. So imagine you're making lasagna, but without the lasagna sheets. So our aubergine and courgette slices will act as if lasagna sheets in between. You can do as many layers as you like, depending on how big the size of your pan is. So what I'll actually do is I'm gonna grab a spoon here, and I will add some of that lovely aubergines and lentils at the bottom. So I'll add that and then sort of scatter around, making a little bit of a line. And then I will add my nice mixture of lentils, peppers, aubergine, that's not aubergines here, lentils, peppers, garlic, chopped tomatoes. Wonderful. Right, so let's add another layer, and I might scatter this on top too. Let's add another layer of this lovely slices, sauteed aubergines and courgettes. Scatter around. So if you have any bit of your lentil mixture left, you can finish off scattering around the edges. Wonderful. Yummy, yummy. Right, that's lovely. So let's leave it here. Lovely colors there, isn't it? And I love that you can bake this ahead of time, and you can give it gentle heat if you like it warm, or you can eat it as we do in Turkey in room temperature or cold. So here I have, so when you pour your canned tomato into your mixture, there's always a bit of juices left in the cans, isn't it? So I sort of add a bit of water to the can and make sure I got all those nice remaining tomatoey bits, and add more moisture here because the lentils will need that moisture to cook. Wonderful. Very happy with this. So I chose to bake this dish in the oven this time. Baking really brings a lovely sweetness to the onions and peppers and whatnot too. So about 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit for about 35 minutes or so. I will bake it. You could choose to cook on your burner stove top. In that case, you know, you can layer it like that in your pan, and again cook about 35 minutes or so. And depending on how you like, before you serve, you could add a little bit more dried mint and red pepper flakes and serve. So this will now go to the oven to be baked for 180 degrees. We'll go there for 35 minutes, but let's remind ourselves the one I baked earlier. So this is the one, once it's baked, aubergines, lentils and peppers cooked in olive oil. It's a lovely dish. You can prep ahead of time. It's vegan, gluten-free. It can stay in the fridge for a good couple of days. Leftovers make a wonderful vegetarian lasagna actually. So you can put in between your lasagna sheets or serve by some crusty bread or whatnot. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it brings comfort and warmth and joy. Happy cooking. Afiyet Olsun.